In this video I show you how to update the mini lecture in your courses. If we look in the faculty sandbox and go to lessons and then down to learning unit 2, you'll notice that you have readings and then you have this blank spot for mini lecture. That means it's blank, there's no file assigned with it. What you need to do is you need to stick a file in here so your students will have a mini lecture to read. Now, the way you do this is multi-step. First, you have to upload your mini lecture to a different area, and then you have to insert it into this mini lecture area. So, in order to upload your mini lecture, you need to go to the very top and go to Resources. Click on Resources, and it will open up this file or question section. You want to make sure that it's on Files. Underneath you will see folders that have been created. We have Course Essentials, I have a Diane handout, I have faculty training readings, I have images, and I have learning unit readings right now. This plus means that there are folders underneath the learning unit readings, and as you can see it's the learning unit 1 readings, 2 readings, 3 readings, and 4 readings. Now you could insert your mini lecture or your lecture into the learning unit readings. The only thing that would mean is that students would see the mini lecture reading or the lecture reading whenever they look at the learning unit readings in your module. So you can insert it here without a problem, or you can create a new folder and entitle it Lectures. You can add a description if you like. Make it the top level folder, so make sure it's the top level folder, and click on Submit. And as you can see, now I have a folder for lectures. Simply click on the lectures folder. Over on the right hand side you want a new file, so click New File. You're going to browse for your file first, so click Browse, and my lecture, I'm going to upload this mobile learning lecture. I titled it Lecture to make sure that everyone knew it was a lecture. Now you can associate the learning unit with it, and that might be a good idea for you, is to associate learning unit 2 or learning unit 3, whichever learning unit it's for. You may want to associate or rename your file name to include the learning unit, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to go ahead and open that file, and you can see it's attaching itself here. So I know it's the mobile learning lecture, so up here on the file name I'm going to name it the same thing, mobile learning lecture, and I know that this is learning unit 2's lecture, and then go down and click Submit. Now you can see under Lectures, if you click on Lectures, you can see that mobile learning lecture has been attached. Now go back to Courses. Back into your course, we're using the faculty sandbox in this case. Go to Lessons, and you want to go to Learning Unit 2, but you don't want to go inside of Learning Unit 2. You want to go to the wheel and click on Manage. Scroll down until you see the mini lecture. There's nothing associated with it, so you need to insert your mini lecture here. And under that I'm going to go under Edit, so click Edit, and it shows you the title. You can change this to Lecture if you just want to call it Lecture, or you can call it Mini Lecture. I call them the mini lectures because mine are no longer than 2 or 3 pages long. And you need to go down and you need to select Content Type from Course Resources. I don't want that. Instead I want a file from my repository, as opposed to file from Course Resources. I want a file from my repository. Then it'll have a select folder. Click on Select Folder, go down to Lectures, click Lectures, and now you're going to select your file. So I'm going to select File, and there my mobile learning lecture file is. I'm going to select that. I'm going to make sure the status says publish. I'm going to click save. Now when we look down, we have our goals and objectives. When we scroll down, we have our readings. And now you can see that we have this mobile learning lecture has been attached to the mini lecture, so students can click on this. My learning lectures are in PDF format, and I suggest that you make them in PDF format and attach them because everyone can read a PDF format. You don't want to make a Word document because not everyone has Word, or an open office document, or a Pages document. I suggest that you make it a PDF document so all your students can read it. So that is how to update your mini lecture setting or your mini lecture file within your course.